Good day. My name is Apostle Dr. Joseph AJAO. I am a boxing technician. I have a boxing ability and technicality, and I have resolved to help people out when it comes to pugilism, because boxing is a sweet science. This podcast is by the courtesy of my friend and comrade, Mr. Steve Wellington. By popular demand, he asked me to give my response, my views, and my suggestions of wise counsel about the loss that AJ had in his bout against USYK. First and foremost, I say thank you to come on board again. In that this is not my first time of participating in this program on your podcast, boxing podcast. By my understanding, I have to say categorically that Anthony Joshua's lost. Anthony Olufemi Joshua's lost to USYK wasn't a shock to me because I saw it coming. I did my best possible to avert the loss. I advised him, but he did not listen. Why? Because when I watched the bout, I knew he did not take to the suggestions that I offered to him. I will be precise, but I want to go by record what I advised him. Let me be emphatic and vehement at this juncture. Like I said, AJ's loss is not a shock to me. I saw it coming and warned him, as I did a day before he fought Andrew Ruiz in New York. All what I told him, he didn't do nothing about it. Going down the memory lane, precisely to recall what I told him, because I want the listeners to hear that I did my best to chip this in. I began to be involved in his boxing career when he was about to fight Klitschko. I saw the way he fought and the way he rose from the canvas and defeated Klitschko. So since then, and more so, I figured out that what I wanted to achieve many years ago when I was a boxer, and the calling of God did not allow me to continue boxing. So I went into the ministry. And most of why I love AJ and other boxers, but particularly Anthony Olufemi, Joshua, is 6'6", and my son, grown up son of mine, is 6'6" too, and my son is muscular as he is, so I just resort to help him, thinking that if my son is boxing, I would do my best for him to have the best. Though my son is a nurse and also is a fitness guru. So that being said, going down the memory lane to recall precisely what I told AJ. If you check my Twitter page, you will see all my suggestions there, but I just want to say a few suggestions I want to recall. On my Twitter page, I wrote, studying USYK, cut angles, create angles, switch bodily stance, throw punches from every angle with punching power and good footwork. Those are USYK boxing attributes or skill sets. I advised AJ. I wrote. Now I wrote and I gave my antidote and my suggestion. I wrote. I said AJ must rely on his skill sets because you have to be yourself and be convenient with yourself in order to be successful. His skill sets, you must rely on that. Personal toughness. He has to be tough, but I did not see him being tough during that fight. He fought scared. Let me say this. When Floyd Mayweather was fighting with Manny Pacquiao, in the first 3 rounds, he was fighting scared. And Mayweather Sr. told him, I heard it. He said, Floyd, why are you fighting scared? Go to him and box him. But AJ was too scared, timid that day, very unlike him. I didn't know what kind of strategy that his crew told him to execute. But to me, I would say, I'm not criticizing them or condemning them, but that kind of a strategy cannot work with USYK. He is a profound boxer. He has been doing that during the amateur time. And when you fight and you study everything in amateur, you will be a good professional boxer. I've been there, done that. That is why I advise people, because I boxed, and I boxed well before I became a servant of God. Further, I told him to be himself, and I gave him the antidote, and I said, AJ must rely on his skill sets, personal toughness, train accurate, hard punches. You must let your punches be hard. I think he came in 240 pounds, and the guy was 221 or so, or 220. I could not remember precisely. And why should you fight outside when you weigh more than him? And I told him, in fact, my coach told us many years ago when I boxed, he said, southpaw boxer or boxers are the boxers that are easy to beat. Or what you have to do, feint left, release straight hard right, pow, each time, feint, look to his face. When it comes to counter, jab and release your straight right. But I didn't see that. And the way he weave and bob, he weave straight. He did not cow down. You have to bend. If you want to weave and bob, and when you weave to the left, you come with the cross hook left. When you weave, you bob, you weave to the right, you come with right cross hook, and your body must go with every punch that you release, not just throwing it. It's throwing or telegraphing. But you should not allow your opponent to know which punches you are going to use. But I didn't see the athleticism and hard punches from AJ in that fight. Though he can redeem it. He can redeem the bout and beat him. I know he can beat USYK if he listen to advice. With that being said, for that route, I said, listen, when I heard Eddie Hearns say Anthony Joshua, aka Anthony Olufemi Joshua, aka AJ, was losing weight, basically to outbox with Alexander USYK. I wrote, listen, Eddie Hearn. I said AJ was losing weight. If AJ was losing weight to hardbox USYK, I said losing weight to hardbox USYK will be disastrous for him. For AJ. USYK can box. Trying to hardbox him will be too dangerous for AJ. You don't hardbox a boxer who has been boxing before you. Stay in your normal weight with skills. Empower. Hit him harder than usual. So a day to the bout, that was on Friday, I took to my Twitter page again and I wrote, I advised him. I said, AJ, look into USYK eyes. Think ahead of him. Look at what he's doing. AJ was looking at what the guy was doing. Parry his jab with forearm. Counter with straight right. Hard punches. I emphasized on hard punches. Then if you watched the bout, each time, couples of times that AJ released his straight right, the guy shivers because he felt the impact of that hard right punch. That was what I advised him, but he did not adhere or execute the suggestion. Further, I said, Parry's jab with forearm, counter with straight right, hard punches to the liver. I did not see AJ punching the guy in the body. He should have punched the guy in the liver. You should have used body punches incessantly. And I said, even don't target the face as such. You see, that is a mistake that boxers do. They want to punch the face. No. You go to the chest, go to the liver, go to the stomach, tummy. when you punch a boxer in the tummy, in his stomach, in the livers, it weighs him down, slows him down, so you can set him up and knock him out. And I said, knee him. You faint. I expected AJ to feint his left and release his hard. He has good straight right, uppercut. He did not use uppercut at all. I didn't know what was wrong with him that day. And I said it is knockout. That was what I wrote. But he never used any of my boxing skill set suggestions. He did not use any of my boxing skill set suggestions that I made to him. Why I said his loss did not come to me as shock. I knew he wouldn't use any of my boxing advices given to him before the fight. Why? You may ask me. Because I followed him before the bout, before the fight night. I was listening to some of his interviews. A journalist, a reporter, asked Anthony Olufemi Joshua about the advice that Derek Chisora, Anthony Billy, gave him when they visited his camp, when he was preparing for the bout. AJ said, well, they did not say much. They said this and that. And they said, well, anybody can give advice, but when I get into the ring, I do whatever comes to my mind. I said, wow, this guy will not use anything. So when I saw the result, or when I saw his performances, I said, no, the guy did not use anything. But I am not the coach. I'm just suggesting. I just made my suggestion, and I remember my friend, my comrade, Steve Wellington, when he read my write-ups, my suggestions on my Twitter page. He said, don't waste your time because Eddie will not listen. Well, and I replied, I said, well, my suggestions then, because I don't want to make it cheap again, because a cheap medication given to people, they will not use it unless they buy it. So I said my suggestion was free. It was a free of charge. So they can take it at the hands, and AJ may take it or leave it. And they left it. They didn't use it, and we could see the result. We have seen the result, period. So, in a nutshell, my suggestion is this. I know and I believe that there is no glory in never failing. But each time we fail as human beings, we have to rise up, get going, and be successful. I know that AJ must have learned 2 or 3 things from his actions, from his decisions, his performances, and his loss. I mean, his loss, because he lost his bets. My suggestion, my wise counsel. Number 1, I saw that from round 1 up to round 9, it was close. The fight was close. But from round 9, from round 10, 11, and 12, USYK sensed that AJ was tired. In fact, he gassed out. So, and that was his strategy, to run around the ring to buy time until champions around. So that was when he began to release a barrage of punches on AJ. What AJ should have done is to set him up and use his hand straight right to the body, to chest, or to the face of USYK to slow him down and knife him, but he did not do that. He should have kneed him with his straight right and take him out. He should not have allowed him. That was what Eddie Hands told him, or what they agreed to do, to show the world that AJ can outbox the guy. No, it was very wrong, very, very, very dangerous, and it was disastrous for him. So I heard that Alexander Usyk said he is going to rematch him in Ukraine. Yeah, that's cool, because he came to England and he came to UK and took the bets. And I believe that AJ can go there with confidence, well prepared, and retrieve his bets back if he listens. Nobody's an island. He should know that consistent, incessant, constant jab, 2 jabs, pa, pa, and 1, 2, 1, 2. You suffer. Use your legs when it comes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Uppercut, cross hook, and it should be train punches. That is why you should work on his stamina. You should not wait or have interlude within his punches ability. So he should punch, continue punching until the last round. He should prepare to go to 12 round, but have it in mind that I'm going to knock this guy out. Without knock him out, AJ cannot win on point. So thank you, listeners, the boxing podcast listeners, my good friend Steve Wellington. Thank you for giving me another, not singular opportunity, another opportunity to share my views and to respond to the loss that AJ incurred. May God bless you all. Thank you until we meet again. Once more, my name is Apostle Dr. Joseph AJAO, and I am a boxing strategist. If you want a technical advisor for your crew, I'm open. Call me. My phone number is 832-830-3319. I live in the United States of America, and God bless you all. Bye.